All right, we'll wait for people to filter in here and then we'll get started. Just want to make sure Brady can hear me all right.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All good.
All right, we'll jump into this in a minute. How you doing, Ishmael?
All good. How's it going, Brendan?
It's going pretty good. Ready to jump into this. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So
Go ahead.
I just said let's go. We're just waiting for Salman to join us from the Exponential Science Foundation, who have just joined.
All right, we should be in pretty good shape then. Go ahead
Oh,
and
good. I
get
see
them on up
Bonzo
here.
is here too. Oh, guys.
Yeah, we'll be in good shape. If I could ask anybody that's up here already, go ahead and share this space. Make sure we get some more people up here. Of course, we want this hackathon to be as successful as possible. That's why we're here. We're getting started early. It's not going to be starting until next month, but we want to start laying the groundwork now. All right. We'll get this kicked off. I'm sure there's going to be some more people that are going to start to filter in, but we'll get started. So I kind of jumped on with the team. I got a contract with the Hashgraph Association, who is helping out and putting on this hackathon alongside the Exponential Science Foundation. And I was brought onto the team there for something completely different. But when I started to talk to Jafar about this hackathon, I really saw the potential. You don't see these size or this size of prize pool across the entire crypto space, let alone, in the Hedera ecosystem. This is the largest hackathon that I've seen in the Hedera ecosystem. And as I've been watching the developments in Africa, I really have started to understand why they're starting with Africa. And from what I understand, this probably won't be the last one. They want to try to do this on each continent. And it's not exclusive to Africa, though we are going to be trying to solve issues and problems that they're having in Africa. But just to kick this off and give everybody an idea of what's going on with this hackathon, Ishmael, I'm going to kick it over to you. Can you give us an overview of this hackathon that's going to be taking place here starting in August?
100%. Thanks so much for the introduction, Brandon. We're really excited to bring this on and just to kickstart with some very big news. So the hackathon prize pool is now pretty much confirmed to have doubled. So this will be the biggest hackathon probably ever in the crypto space with $2 million in prize pool. Certainly the biggest one in Africa and the biggest tech event in Africa. So so yeah, we're really excited for it. Just to give a quick overview, so the Hedera Africa Hackathon is a continent-wide innovation program that's focused on Africa in terms of impact, in terms of solution, but is open to everyone in the world. So the hackathon is organized and co-funded by the Exponential Science Foundation here with us today and the Hashgraph Association. So it's designed to mobilize Africa's growing tech talent and also Web3 talent, because as you know, guys, there's Africa is the biggest Web3 hub in the world, probably because their Web3 in Africa can have a really good utility in terms of payment, in terms of infrastructure. It's really well, the blockchain and the Hedera technology can shine. So now with $1 million in prizes and another million to be confirmed very soon, the hackathon will engage more than 10,000 participants across 20 African countries, 20 African cities, hybrid in a hybrid model, both in 20 hacking stations and also online, to help drive like real world adoption and drive the ecosystem of Hedera in Africa and the world. So just that's a quick overview. So the hackathon is in the pre-registration phase right now in June and July. We will kick off the hacking phase in August, in the 1st of August, and it will end with the end of September. And we will be doing the judging and winners announcement phases in October and November. So we will share the Dora Hacks registration link we will share the Dora Hacks registration link in the comments, so feel free to join right now. The hackathon is open to everyone, but you will have to get the Hedera certification that we offer for free. So I also will also share the Hedera certification in the comments. So yeah, so it's not required to register right now, but it will be required to submit your final project. And feel free to follow us and join the Discord, Telegram, and our other channels. I will also share the link tree down below for you to keep updated about this hackathon. Bringing it back to you, Brendan.
Thank you, Ismail. So I do want to get in. I was going to talk about the prize pool a little bit later, but since you brought it up and you mentioned that the prize pool has expanded now, I'm not sure how we want to differentiate between the actual prize pool and follow-on investment. Jafar, I'm going to go to you on this. Can you just explain how you've put together the prize pool so far, this new increased amount of capital that might be flowing through this hackathon? Just kind of give us an overview of what we're talking about there.
Yeah, Brendan, thank you for asking the question. So as you mentioned, the additional $1 million is coming from UGFS, which is a VC based in North Africa, and they have a commitment to support the startups or the team that will be popping up from this hackathon. So the idea is that we'll be doing follow-up investment for the winners. So anyone who wants to be part of this, please join the hackathon so that you can, first of all, grab your part from the $1 million prize pool, and more importantly, be eligible for investment from these VC. We're onboarding other VCs, by the way. Many are interested in being part of this. The Hashgraph group in itself is interested in investing. Exponential Science Foundation also. We are both allocating funds so that the startups can really find the needed funding to flourish and see the lights. The idea here is that the prize pool, we believe it will be a good kick off or to start like the momentum within these teams. But we know, like whenever a startup starts, it's hard in the beginning, so we want to bring all the needed supports. I want to come back to the hackathon itself. As Snail mentioned, it will be happening 100% online, but we onboarded Orange Innovation Lab, which is the telecommunication company, and together we will be hosting several hacking stations across the continent in Africa, but also some hacking stations in Europe. That said, the hackathon is kind of hybrid. Participants can be joining 100% online, but those who like want to join us on the hacking stations happening in different cities on the continent, as I mentioned, in Africa, also in Europe, they are welcome to come. First of all, like to gather with the community. Maybe some of the teams are looking for other team members to like shape in their project. We are meeting like many teams now. They are looking either for developer, some others are looking for business profiles. Other ones are there, but they're looking for an idea. So the idea is that we will be investing a lot also in kind of matchmaking, like bringing the talents together to be able to like to give them the opportunity to shine and work for this initiative. The hackathon is like any regular hackathon, basically. It's a 2 month like journey, so startups can really go through the process. We are allocating a lot of educational content, either through our LMS, but also like we are filming many videos so that like developers can really know how to develop on Hedera, but also some ideas like business videos as well to learn how to pitch. We will be allowing or providing several online sessions for those who have questions, for those who need support. Everything is happening through our channels. Like Dora Hacks is definitely the channel or the website where the platform where we will be like hosting the event. But we have our Discord, we have our Telegram, X as well. So please, if you have any question, if you want to look for any support, please feel free to reach out. We're here to support. I want to mention also that this hackathon is only the beginning of the journey. So, as I mentioned, there is the VCs on one hand, like they're providing the funding, but also they're onboarding accelerators, incubators as well to provide the needed supports. We have legal firms interested in being part of this so that they can give also the needed support for the non-established startups, but also the established startups, so that they can better get the funds, especially for the equity part. Um, so the idea really is that we are creating this momentum through this hackathon, but we are also providing several like tools and opportunities, creating it for these teams to see the light, to move forward, and to bring the added value. So yeah, back to you, Brendan.
Well covered, Jafar. We appreciate it. Now, I do want to get to Jay and Brady here, but first, I want to go to Solomon with the Exponential Science Foundation. I just want to get some feedback as far as what your involvement is. It sounds like you are putting up part of the prize pool, but also any feedback as far as other partners that are getting involved and anything else you'd like to add.
Well, thank you for that, Brandon. So basically, Exponential Science Foundation is the co-organizer and co-funder of the Hedera Africa Hackathon. We're actually collaborating on most of the stuff with the guys at the Hashgraph Association, as well as with Dart Blockchain. And yeah, we're currently focused on onboarding new partners, onboarding new media partnerships, doing the PR, and overall just making this a great experience for everyone involved and making sure that we can maximize value for everyone.
Exciting stuff. Like, one of the things that I love talking to Jafar about is the fact that a lot of times with these hackathons, there'll be fairly small prize pools, and it's difficult to start, a business and a viable
Yeah.
application, you know, out of a small prize pool. But when you have larger prizes and then follow on investment, we can get a lot more out of it. And as soon as I heard that, I wanted it to be as much of a success as possible. So I started to talk to experts in our space. We have Michael Cantor from Hashgraph Online, and I got him in touch for AI. And I got Brady from Bonzo up as well, because I wanted some DeFi knowledge in the space, and of course Brady is from Bonzo Finance, so the first lending platform on Hedera. Brady, if you want to come on up real quick and just talk about your involvement so far, and what are your expectations around the hackathon?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Really excited for this. Um, it has to be breaking some record in terms of that prize pool in Web3. I'm very curious to see what like the largest prize pools were for hackathons in Web3 thus far, because it's a lot. It sounds like also might be doubled, which is pretty incredible. So excited about that and the opportunity that exists, and hopefully it attracts great developers to join in across the regions that this is going to take place in. I from a DeFi perspective, there's so many opportunities that exist on Hedera. I feel like the DeFi ecosystem is really just getting started and kicking off. Obviously you have sort of core staples like lending and borrowing. You have decentralized exchange and automated market makers, aggregators. Bridging is coming sort of online soon, so there's opportunities there to create protocols that integrate that. I'm really excited to sort of see what folks end up coming up with regards to the DeFi ecosystem front, and then not just like new protocols, but protocols that build on top of existing protocols is I think the phase that we're in with regards to the ecosystem today. And DeFi ecosystems that are a little bit more mature, some of the things that you start seeing is people building protocols that take advantage of other protocols underlying them. So, one example of that might be a protocol that issues like index tokens that utilize like leveraged index tokens that utilize like underlying lending protocols, for example, where it utilizes the lending functionality in order to be able to create these assets that carry inherent leverage with them. Um, again, things with bridging. So layer 0 is coming online, and we expect to see more assets made available through layer 0. So front end architectures, and then also sort of DeFi hooks that allow you to do things cross chain, that automate workflows between Hedera and other networks. I think is going to be a great opportunity as well as this hackathon starts to kick off. Lots of opportunities across the space, so definitely excited about that.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I've talked to people in AI about the hackathon, DeFi. We also have Saucer Swap. We've gotten them in touch as well. Gaming teams, I've put in touch with Jafar as well. But while we're talking about that and the different verticals that we could get into, Ishmael, can you just run through the different tracks that there's going to be, so people are aware of places where the hackathon's going to be focusing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I think you
Yeah.
broke up there a little bit. Some X issues.
Just making sure that you guys hear me. So yeah, So the hackathon is going to have four main tracks. So the first of which I want to highlight is the AI track.
Is it me or is
Can you guys hear me?
Ishmael? You were rugging there again a little bit. Go ahead again. All right, I think you're breaking up there, Ishmael.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
okay.
Yeah. Should be good right now, right?
Let's give it one more shot. If not, I'm sure Jafar can fill in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's good right now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, small internet connection problem. So yeah, so I was just gonna telling you guys about the tracks. So we will have four main tracks right now on the hackathon. The first of which is gonna be the AI track, because now we're really seeing Hedera move really forward with AI. We're starting to see the name of Hedera be associated with AI. There's a lot of things moving forward. Maybe Jake will tell us more in the Hashgraph Online. That's why we partnered with the Hashgraph Online. We have them as a gold sponsor in the hackathon to co-lead the AI track and to have more and more people building on state-of-the-art technology, AI technology on Hedera, like OpenConvey, like the AI upcoming AI Studio. So we're really excited to bring AI on board, and we're really excited to see the Hashgraph Online moving as our technical hand here and be able to educate, especially in terms of mentorship, more and more of the African community and the hackathon participants on AI. So that's just one of the tracks. We have also gaming and NFTs. We have DLT for operation, which focuses on using Hedera DLT to improve how things work in areas like healthcare, farming, supply chains. So, for example, can help keep patient triggers safe, track where food comes from. So we're seeing more and more of these use cases shine in Africa, and more people building on this. And finally, we have on-chain finance and RWA, real world assets, to focus on creating better financial tools using Hedera's DLT. So participants can build apps for lending, borrowing, sending fiat and crypto, and we're really seeing fintech and DeFi go really big in Africa. So more than 20% of the African startups and African big successful startups are operating in the fintech and DeFi space. So we really want to capitalize on that and see even more and more people using the Hedera technology to build that.
Thank you, Ismail. And I think we pretty much have a good overview of what's going on with this hackathon. I do want to invite, if anybody has any questions in the community, you can come up, request to be a speaker. I'll bring you up, and then just raise your hand if you have any questions, and you can just ask questions. We'll pretty much have it open for the rest of the time. But I'm going to go to Jay next. Right after a question, I see Liam has his hand up from Impart. Go ahead, Liam.
Thanks, Brandon. Can you hear me just before I speak, because I am in public?
It's a little. There's some noise in the background, but I'm
Yes.
sure we can figure out what you're saying. Go ahead.
Perfect. Well, thanks for inviting me to the space. I really appreciate it. Putting my hand around my phone right now, so it's a bit clearer. Good to see all of you. Jay, nice to see you, and some prolific faces in the audience. I really love kind of the whole vibe of this and the concept. We're definitely going to be participating. I'm just a little bit confused about how the process works. So there is $1 million. How is that? And I apologize if I missed this in the beginning, because I did hop on about 7 minutes after it started. But how is that $1 million being distributed? And do you have to make your concept public? And similarly, do you have to build a team using the platform that exists? Can you bring team members on using the platform? Is the point to collaborate with other developers like in the ecosystem? So those would be kind of my key questions. If you could answer those, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I would be taking this. So for the prize pool, we did not publish yet publicly how the prize pool will be distributed, as we are still onboarding partners and sponsors, and we want to have their thoughts on how this prize pool will be distributed. But what you should know is that we will be having around 20 winners to grab from this $1 million prize pool, and also we'll be having VCs that will be they committed to invest on the winners. Of course, if there is commitment and consensus between the winners, also the VCs, and of course the organizers. That said, just bear with us. We will be publishing some details in the upcoming weeks. Regarding the question on the organization parts, Dora Hacks is a platform where you should be submitting your project, and yeah, the idea is that you can like bring your team and connect together to Dora Hacks, submit your project. If you are missing, your team is, I don't know, you need some other people to join your team. You can do some publication on our socials. We see if there are some people like looking to join you, or maybe we can push from our side to onboard the right persons or individuals to help you to join your team. So it's like an irregular hackathon basically. That's what happens in the hackathons. From the prize pool perspective, it's we are doing our best like to increase the prize pool in terms of grants, investment as well. But also in terms of organization, we are trying to make the process as easy as possible. But yeah, some of the details are not yet public, as the hacking phase kick off officially by the 1st of August, and we are taking some moments to finalize the process of onboarding some partners.
Thank you so much for that. That answers
Yeah,
the majority of the question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. Just to add a quick something to what Jafar is saying. So apart from the $1 million prize pool, we are onboarding sponsors and organizational partners who will put up more prizes as side quests. So we have more and more partners and sponsors interested in creating their own like specific side quest or side track, and there will be specific prize pools for those that we will announce soon.
Amazing. Thank you. And then my last question is, let me just kind of regain my train of thought here. So what stage does your project have to be in by the time that you submit it? Is this a competition to kind of build your project from the ground up, or do you have to have some kind of basis created already? Can it just be in conceptual phase? I would love some details about that. Thank you.
Yeah, both are possible.
Yeah,
Both are possible.
go ahead,
If your
Jafar.
project is still in early stage phase, you can join. If your project is a bit developed, we are more than welcome to have you as well. We have institutions participating in this hackathon, enterprises as well. So it's really open for everyone. It's open for all the type of like organizations. Yeah, you can just like we will be publishing some details about the rules, but trust that we will be welcoming any stage of development of your project.
Thank you for that. And sorry, just one last thing. Did you say that if I submit a project, does that project have to be publicly, are all the projects public, or is this something that can be done privately in collaboration with the platform, just for the sake of IP, etc.? That's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah, the smart contracts part would be public, but all the development from backend and front end can be private. So uh, it will be also for the smart contract part. It will be until MIT license. Um, as I mentioned, it's similar to any like public hackathon base.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take the questions. Bernard, if you wanna open your mic, or Ibrahim, whoever was first.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, fams. I saw a hackathon from there and I was amazed. And the target was Africa, and Africa needs this awareness and this technology more than every other region in the world, because it is quite like a flaw to break, like a reason to build or to break a barrier. So now in the tech space, you can see improvement from Africa and seeing great applications coming from over here. So I will be glad to participate in the hackathon with my community. And we are looking forward to partnering with Hedera and fostering the growth of the activity, gathering builders, hosting real life sessions for builders, and getting them to know more about Hedera blockchain and how they can build, helping them build. And at the end of the hackathon, or the hackathon for me, is to get people to be able to build applications that actually work and can onboard users easily. Because at the end of the day, if we build from Africa, the aim of building is not just to win the hackathon and go with the funds, or try to do other things. Rather try to bring people in and onboard them onboard our family. People should use it on their day-to-day activity. Once they can use it in on their day-to-day activities, it gives them the reason to use the blockchain. But once we build for building cool stuffs and not considering the people we are building for, we are just building for building's sake. That shouldn't be the aim. So I was trying to send you a DM, but I can't send you. I don't know
100%.
why.
100%. I opened our DM, so feel free to send us a message. We'll and we share your thought that Web3, we want all of it to be like built for the masses and to be customized to on a Web2 experience. So 100% agree with you, and we'll be glad to receive your DM. So before I think Brandon, are you back? Or I think Brandon is still facing some issues. Jake, over to you. So just to give an overview before I give the floor to you, Jake. So Jake is from the Hash Graph. We have a long-standing partnership, and we're really excited to kickstart collaboration with the Hello Future Hedera Hackathon, which is happening very soon. So advising everyone participating in our hackathon and to give it a go, as it's going to be really cool and a really good pre-hackathon activity. So Jake, tell us more.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Ismail. And I just want to say, I mean, this hackathon is going to be legendary. The Hedera Africa Hackathon. I heard sort of earlier people talking about this has got to be one of the biggest hackathons in Web3. I mean, I think it's got to be one of the biggest hackathons, full stop. Because actually recently there was Bolt, who's one of the Bolt is one of these new AI vibe coding applications. They just did a $1 million hackathon, and they were branding it as the biggest hackathon of all time. So we're at least there, maybe plus the VC funding that bumps it up a bit. We might even be able to hold the crown of the biggest hackathon of all time. I don't know. We'll fact check that, but I think that is pretty awesome. And again, to sort of echo some of the questions we've had so far from our friends in the African community, I'm really excited. In the past, I did a hackathon in Kenya, and it was incredibly successful. We had such high quality participants. It was a really amazing event, and it was sort of you really saw how important this technology can be to enable next generation financial applications or anything in total. So I'm really excited to see where some of these submissions come. Just to sort of elaborate on what Ishmael was talking about just before this. Yes, I work obviously for Hashgraph. Hashgraph is another key contributor in the Hedera ecosystem, like our friends 𝐀𝐵, Brady from Bonzo, the THA, all of these people, Exponential Science. And we are currently running our own hackathon, and we're working very closely with the Hashgraph Association and our blockchain and Exponential Labs. And this hackathon is a bit smaller. It's only $150,000. It's going to be starting in a couple of weeks now, but it's going to be a really good opportunity for those of you to start playing around with Hedera if it's going to be your first time. We've got mentorship. We're going to do some collaborative learning sessions with THA. So it's a really good opportunity to sort of get your hands dirty with Hedera in preparation for this really big $1 million, $2 million hackathon. And then even better is after the hackathon ends, of course, there's the opportunity for downstream funding, but we also have more hackathons going on. So basically, with between sort of the next 6 to 12 months, I think you guys can be pretty confident in thinking that there's going to be hackathon opportunities basically non-stop. And a really big part of this ethos is not just build something and forget about it. No, it's build something, keep on building, work with us. We can help you. We can incubate you, get you into that next sort of level where it's not just a one-off hackathon project, but actually it's something where you can actually, accelerate it and take it to the next level.
Awesome. Everyone, Jake, feel free to drop the links for the Hello Future Hedera Hackathon in the comments for everyone to join. I would really advise you guys to join. This is going to be some cool hackathon and a good preparation for the Hedera Africa Hackathon. Awesome. Before I give it back to the community, I will give the floor to Jafar to tell us about a very cool partnership that we just signed with Orange to give us access and you access to more than 15 hacking stations all over Africa for you to be building on site and online. Give it away, Jafar. Take it away, Jafar.
You
Yeah,
cannot
now
hear
good.
me?
Now good. All good.
Okay,
All good. All
okay.
good. Take
Yeah,
it
I
away.
think X is bugging. But yeah, I wanted to come back to what Jake was sharing with us, and they recently like organized guess two hackathons, and I think it was a big success. So I think this is one of the things that Hedera is focusing in since last year, and it's bringing big like community activation. We saw like big projects coming, many initiatives are growing, and we want to create this continuity. So please, guys, feel free to join the Hello Future Hackathon that is happening in the upcoming weeks. And as a continuity, Hedera Africa Hackathon will be the next stop, basically. Back to your question, Ismail, and we recently like onboarded Orange. I mentioned it's in the beginning of the talk, and like Orange, I guess everyone know Orange here, and they do this like they have the whole like ecosystem building. They work mainly on Web2, and for them it's the first initiative collaborating uh, with the Web3 like sector, and they are doing it with us with Hedera, which is amazing because they will be bringing like big projects. Especially they have like they have their own ecosystem from like educational part. They have their incubators, they have their VCs, and they will be dedicating a lot of energy to this Hedera Africa Hackathon. But it's not only Africa. Like the partnership is happening between the MENA region, Africa, and also Europe. Like all these three big branches are bringing all the support in terms of hacking stations. They're providing also mentorship. They will be providing their infrastructure and big support also in terms of funding. They have their VC like interested in being part of any investment happening after the hackathon. So it's a big win, to be honest. Like in terms of also PR and marketing, they will be spreading the word about the hackathon everywhere, locally, within every country. We are dealing with 16 countries in Africa, and I guess 8 countries, if not more, in Europe. Initiatives are is happening like on a high level with Orange, as I mentioned, like MIA, which is um, um, Middle East and Africa, but also from Europe side. But also each country will be doing their own activities, their own marketing, and bring in their communities. Those who join their programs in the recent 5 to 10 years, they will be aware of what of this Hedera Africa Hackathon. They will be joining us, and we are looking forward to have them and get their support to like basically provide the best like support for the startups. So yeah, this is basically about the Orange Innovation Lab collaboration. We will be sharing more data about this in the upcoming weeks as we are now structuring how the collaboration will be. We'll be announcing also the hacking station when they will be happening. Also, we'll be providing more data about the workshops that will be done during hacking station, even though some of it are public on our website. You can check the website. We'll be dropping the link in the space. And yeah, please DM us, reach out on the channels, Discord, Telegram. We will be more than keen to answer your question and bring the needed support.
Awesome, awesome. Great announcement, Jafar. Before I give it back to the community, I want to just add another call to action. So everyone from African communities, African builders, we're giving you the opportunity to organize your own mini or local hackathons as a preparation for the hackathon, your own meetups. So any community who wants to do this, please reach out to us. Fill the organizational partner form, and we'll be happy to support you by giving you prize pools for your local hackathon, supporting your meetups. So we're here to support you. So feel free to reach out on any platform. Our DMs are open on X. So please reach out, and we'll be happy to support you. Also, for all media partners, also the call is open. If you have a media community in Africa and want to contribute to the hackathon and want to be and want to be added as a media partner, fill the form and we'll get back to you, or DM us on any of our platforms. Now, giving it back to the community, Ibrahim, I see your hand is up. Feel free to open the mic and tell us your question.
Hey, Ishmael, while they're coming back up, can you hear me now?
All good, mate.
Had to jump off and jump back on again, but Ibrahim, if you want to come on up, you're more than welcome. And I'm wondering, is that George from Shamba Records?
Yes, Brandon. This is George. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes.
It's nice to talk to you again.
Great, fantastic. Thank you so much, Brandon, and also thank you for you guys for organizing this. It's really amazing, and I think it will be able to share and also shine a light of many amazing projects from here in Africa. Yeah, just a quick one. We run a traceability tool which is already on Hedera, and we're using the Hedera filing system. And we wanted to know, what about now the existing projects that are already maybe on Hedera's protocol? How do you go about the hackathon? Because of course there's what's existing, and also there's some features that we may want to continuously add. So we want to know, how do we go about the hackathon? And as well as I got so much interested, especially on the last part, whereby we can be able even to mobilize the community, because we have a couple of developers that we work with, and I think that can be a very we can maybe support on this. So I just wanted to know, maybe on existing projects, as well as maybe now on the community thing, I'll be able to reach out.
100%. So even for existing projects, we'll be happy to see your ideas and to assess your ideas for the hackathon, and also support you in adding more features and adding more innovation to your products. So it's the hackathon is not just for new concepts. As Jafar was mentioning earlier, we have institutions participating, we have big enterprise participating. So the hackathon is open to everyone, including more and more existing.
Yeah, I think we are losing you, Smile.
Jafar, do you think you can finish answering that question?
Sure. So as Smile was mentioning, basically it's open for everyone and everywhere, from everywhere. So please, guys, there is no limitation for participating in this hackathon. If you are already building on Hedera, you are more than welcome to finish your building, to grab part of the prize pool, and also potentially you can be eligible for investment for from our VCs joining the hackathon. So no limitation, guys. Just join us and do your best to be one of the winners.
So let's get into that a little bit, Jafar. What makes it an African hackathon? Of course, you've talked about the hacking stations that we're going to have. We have a couple teams that have been up here today. Impart is based out of Africa, and then Shamba Records. We just had George up here, and if anybody's curious about Shamba Records, it's going to be in my show tomorrow. We did a great interview with George, and really interesting stuff. But can you just go into that, Jafar? What makes this an African hackathon? Are we trying to solve problems out of Africa? What would give people the best chance?
Yeah, so we have a dedicated track, which is DLC for operations, which is more dedicated for the African continent. As I mentioned earlier, like the hacking stations mainly are happening in Africa, even though we have other ones in other regions of the world. But the main like hacking stations are happening in Africa. Most of the partners we are onboarding have interest in the African continent. But also, as I mentioned, one of the tracks is more designed for Africans. We recommend and we want to see African founders joining this event. And maybe something we did not mention, you mentioned in the early, Brendan, is that this hackathon is only the first version, but we are doing other hackathons in other continents. We will be doing another one in Asia, another one in Europe, another one in Latin America, another one in North America. And the idea is that it's open, all of them will be opening like all over from people all over the world, and it's happening like online. But the hacking station will be changing from one continent to another. That said, this first one is branded for Africa, but it's open for any like startup that can bring solutions either for Africa or for any other region. But we have that privilege as we are dedicating this for the continent.
So, Jafar, would it make sense for a team that's outside of Africa to team up with individuals, teams in Africa, to make sure that they have that expertise and are solving those problems that we're seeing coming out of Africa?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, like we have our channels open for that, so that we can help team up like people to join and gather and bring the needed value together to build their projects. Um, um, Maybe we did, like we, as I mentioned, like it's oriented for Africa, but it's open for everywhere. We are really looking forward to see like people coming from the US, people coming from the Philippines, people coming from China to join this event. We would love to see like use cases either coming from founders, African founders, but also maybe some use cases coming from Chinese or people from all over the world for the African continent. That's something we would love to see. But as I mentioned, that's one of the things we are be looking forward, but we are open for any other type of collaboration, other type of use cases. Something you always say, Brendan, and I love it when you say it, and I will leave you the floor to say it, maybe better than me, is that we really love to see innovation, but maybe innovation would not like bring the value that some of the teams say. Maybe people can copy paste other like projects coming from other networks that are doing very well. We would love to see also that in our hackathon. And yeah, maybe you can also add something in here, Brendan.
Yeah, I certainly will. Before we move to that, I do want to say, George, is there any follow-ups that you have? Anything else that you want to touch on before I get into that?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brandon, and thank you, Jafar, also for expanding on that. Yeah, I think there are quite a number of projects that are trying to build on blockchain generally on different protocols. So maybe what I can try is I can try to mobilize a couple just to be able to be aware of the hackathon. And besides that, I think Africa has one of the best use cases, because remember, we don't have a lot of structure compared to other compared to other markets. So right now, the only technology that can be able to build that structure and trust is blockchain. So I think this comes at a very at a timely at a timely time, for lack of a better word. And I think I can be able maybe to try and mobilize some projects to this, and also make sure that the guys fully are aware of this and can be able to spin up something that can be innovative, not only innovative as Jaffa has said, but something that can be also value, and also that's something that can be able to bring Hedera to the retail world. What I mean by retail world, to the real use case, whereby people can be able now to interact with the different solutions that are gonna maybe come up out of this. But maybe for further info, I think you guys also you can just drop me a DM. Also, maybe check our site, Shamba Records, just for further any info or any kind of maybe support that you want, maybe from me on this side, especially on East Africa.
Well, this is kind of what it's getting down to, and this is what Jafar was talking about. The reason why I got so interested in this hackathon was because very quickly Jafar and I got in line. A lot of times these hackathons are all about innovation, right? New ideas, new teams that are trying to do things that didn't exist before, and it almost seems like you lean towards, the most innovative new thing, which we don't know if it has even a real product to market fit yet, are the things that win. And it's really cool to see that innovation. And as Jafar mentioned, there is going to be, an innovation track along with this. But what we really want is viable, profitable companies to come out of this that can be self-sustaining, and can make the Hedera ecosystem more sustainable itself. So, like he was saying, if we can bring teams that have built elsewhere, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that is brand new. It can be a DEX, it can be a game, it can be whatever it may be. And of course, those things are nothing new in the Web3 space. But if we can find teams that we feel, or that the hackathon can feel like that they're going to bring something to market that is going to actually work and is going to bring value to the Hedera ecosystem. That's what we're looking for. So, Jafar, did you have anything else you want to add on that before we jump off to something else?
Yeah, just one thing. I want to like from the crypto space, all of us, I think we are looking for the Web3 like dApp that bring the 1 billion users. And within Hedera, we believe it will be coming from Hedera. So one of the targets of this hackathon to really like source this startup or this team that will bring the adoption for the Web3 in general and for Hedera specifically. That's why our collaboration with Orange, we are very optimistic about it, as they will be bringing big like Web2 solutions or Web2 like startups to build on the blockchain or to build on the hash graph with Hedera. And remember, now from a regulation standpoint, I think the African continent started moving. We are seeing like Morocco are putting new regulations, and other countries as well. They are putting like starting to move in terms of regulation. So basically, what we are trying to do here is that to get ready for this new movement, basically, so that whenever this regulation is out, the solution or the 1 billion solution is ready to kick off. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know if you can, we cannot hear you when you are speaking, I don't know.
Okay, hopefully it's not rugging again.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear all good.
I want to see if we can get Ibrahim up here again. Ibrahim, can you hear us?
No, he can't speak. I think it's the same issue as you. Try leaving and rejoining, Ibrahim.
Yeah, we'll give it one more shot, but we are getting near the top of the top of the hour, so we are going to be wrapping this up soon. But I think, Jafar, shouldn't we should probably do this every 2 weeks until the hackathon starts, and then we should probably do it every week and just have these conversations, and if anybody has any questions or something like that. So this is going to be far from the last one, as I mentioned. Considering the size of this hackathon, it's going to be all hands on deck. So I think we
100%.
should
Yeah,
certainly continue doing this.
exactly. Like we started doing the X Space, I think 2 weeks ago. We did the first one on Hedera Hacks channel. We did the second one in like the first one was in collaboration with Exponential Science Foundation. The second one was in THA like channel in collaboration with Hashgraph Online. This one we are doing it with you, Brandon. We will do definitely other ones with you and with maybe Brady. Also, we'll be onboarding definitely like 𝐶𝐞𝐞 to be part of this. And yeah, we will be present every week from now until the end of the hacking phase, from now until end of September. So you guys, please spread the word about what we are doing. If you have any question, reach out to our channel, but also we have the AMA so that you can share with us your thoughts. Yeah, I don't know if Ibrahim managed to come back.
Yep, I'm good. I'm sorry. No, we'll go around the horn here. We are getting towards the end. If anybody has any final questions, you can go ahead and request to be a speaker, and I'll try to bring you up. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get some final thoughts from the panel here. Jafar, is there anything else you'd like to say before we shut this thing down?
Just one last note. Like now I'm in Cannes in ECC, and we are moving around, like meeting some people and sharing that this hackathon is happening, onboarding partners, onboarding sponsors, onboarding organizational partners. And to be honest, like I'm super surprised. Like we are even having several discussions with other layer one that potentially they will be part of this. So big enthusiasm about this huge hackathon, and yeah, we are looking forward to see this going.
Excellent. Ismail, is there anything else you'd like to pass on?
All good, all good. The links are down below in the comments. Feel free to drop us a DM. Our DMs are open. So we'll be glad to have more and more of you, especially communities, on board in this hackathon. And a last reminder to join the Hello Future Hedera hackathon with Jake here. So, Brahim, sorry, but we cannot hear you. I think it's the same bug with X. Well, feel free to drop us your question in the comments or drop us a DM. We'll make sure to get back to you very, very soon.
And my suggestion would be to make sure that you've updated your X, and hopefully for next week we'll be able to get you up here. Is Salman still behind the Exponential Science? If you have anything else you'd like to say, come on up. All right. In the meantime, Brady, anything else you'd like to pass on?
Nothing else, just super excited for everybody participating. And then, if you're interested in, as mentioned before, building things for the DeFi ecosystem, whether it's on top of Bonzo Finance, the lending protocol on Hedera, which we contribute to, or anything else in DeFi. We're more than happy to chat with you and help you formulate ideas and support you in any way.
Thank you, Brady, and I'll hand it off to you, Jay. If you have anything you'd like to add, go ahead.
No, nothing from me. I think just get your hacking ready, guys, because there's going to be a lot of it over the next period of time, and it'll be a lot of fun. So definitely get familiar with Hedera. I'm always here to give a hand, and likewise anyone sort of in any Discord channel, any community platform that you're in, there's always going to be people happy to help out. So definitely make the most out of it.
Absolutely. And I want to say that, we think about hacking, we think about somebody in a dark room, working away coding, but, we want small businesses. We want medium-sized businesses like we see with Shamba Records. We want large businesses, enterprises to be involved as well. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're entering it. It can be you want something that's built on Hedera, and you want something to come out of the hackathon to do that. And you can set up and work with the hackathon organizers to pretty much guide people into the things that you might want built. And I know I said it was the last word, but Jafar, do you want to say anything on that? The different ways people can participate. It might not just be people that are entering, but other ways that they can kind of guide the way the hackathon is going to make sure that we get the best products out of it. I think Jafar might have jumped down, but we're pretty much to the top of the hour. We were going to try to keep this one to an hour. I appreciate everybody that came up, the people that asked questions, and of course, the fantastic panel that we have up here. I think this is going to be really huge for the Hedera ecosystem. As we've mentioned a few times today, this prize pool is unbelievable. This isn't going to be the last one. This is going to be the one in Africa. We're going to be moving on to Asia and the other continents as well. It's going to be absolutely huge. If you do know anybody that might want to participate, again, those can be individual teams, hackers, that could be small businesses, medium-sized businesses. Make sure you get the word out on this, because it's going to be, as far as Africa, it's going to be a one-shot deal. It's going to be a while before anything like this would come around again. So we want to make sure we get everybody participating. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming on, listening today, the panel for coming up, and everybody for asking questions. Thanks. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brendan. See you guys.
Bye, everyone.